That's a tough question, and I'm not sure I know exactly what the answer to it is. Mapping is important on a number of different levels, and we've had a surprisingly high degree of energy and debate and furor in some instances about mapping. Number one, it's important to know here are the different audiences. We have policymakers, okay, who need to know what we have. We have academics and others who study behaviors of people, like the census, who use data on uptake, who use a variety of different kinds of information for important social research. We have consumers who want to know what's available to them. We have providers who want to know where potential markets are. So we have all of these needs for data. And our metrics group of our Broadband Coalition looked very hard at what kind of data we need and what audiences are interested in that kind of data and how we get it, how we manage it, and so on and so forth. And so how valuable is a database that is what the stimulus funds are paying for? Essentially, is collection of data that will be available for the first time in 2011, and then will be, if there is ever any more money for it, refreshed twice a year. Well, that might be useful to some policymakers and to those studying trends who don't have a need for real-time information. It may not be useful for consumers who want to find out what's available to them on a day-by-day, on any particular day, who the providers are, what speeds they're offering, and so on and so forth. And so, your question is, I think, a very legitimate one. Should we be spending $350 million on mapping that will provide so little back for the amount of money that's being spent on it? I don't think it's going to take anywhere near that amount of money to do the mapping that's necessary. And I'm not sure I know where that huge figure came from. If in fact we were to spend $350 million and we're going to get only a database that would have such limited value, I'd say that that's a very huge overinvestment in what's necessary. There are also, by the same token, lots of other creative things that are in the works that will make mapping more relevant to consumers. These are consumer-driven methodologies. There are ways of tracking where data goes and from where, and that will enable the folks who use that data to work back through algorithms and figure out what capacities are and what's really happening out there without the kinds of traditional methods that people are now talking about in mapping. So bottom line, that's a long way of saying I don't know.